Ooh. Hey everybody, Christopher T. Magician here. The T stands for taco. Welcome to video number 6 of 25. That's 25 days, 25 videos. Every single day in a row, I will be sharing a Christmas idea for all of your Christmas shows, whether for this year or for your shows next year. This episode, or this video, number 6, I've purposely saved this trick just for this video because it involves a trick with the number 6. You might see where I'm going with this already. Guys, every year for Christmas Eve, I do something special for Santa. I'm sure a lot of you do this. I always leave Santa some cookies. In fact, every single year, I leave him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. But here's the thing. I got a letter from Mrs. Claus this year. You see, Mrs. Claus told me that she put Santa on a diet. That's right, Santa's on a diet. In fact, he has to cut his cookie intake in half. So, usually I give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies, but this year, on Christmas Eve, I'm going to eat 1, 2, 3 of his cookies. So, did you hear that? It sounded sort of like a sleigh bell or something. Anyway, like I said, normally I give Santa 6 cookies, but this year I'm going to eat 3 of his cookies. So that way he will only be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. That's weird. Wait, no. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies usually, but this year he's on a diet. He has to cut his cookies in half. So I'm going to eat 1, 2, 3 of his cookies on Christmas Eve. That sound again. That is so... Anyway, now Santa will be left with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. On Christmas Eve, I'm going to eat 1, 2, 3 cookies! Which means Santa's left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies! Guys, I think Santa is making magic happen all around us. And this is really good news. You know what this means? This means that on Christmas Eve night, I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. And then I can eat 1, I can eat 2, heck, I can eat 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, even 7 cookies. And Santa will still be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies. And that is Santa's cookie magic. Alright, there you go. So there's an idea for a fun little probably opening or maybe a little interlude in the middle of your show for a 6-card repeat, but with cookies. It's 6 cookie repeat. I actually like this better than 6-card repeat, especially that story about, like, I saw a card trick by a magician, so I went and asked him how he did it, and he said, oh, you gotta go to the magic shop, and then that, I'm like, oh my god, that's the same story, I've heard it a million times. So this one, what I like about it is the progression makes sense, because the first time it happens, I'm confused by it, but I assume I made a mistake. The second time, I realized something weird's going on. The third time, I'm kind of like challenging it while I do it, and in the process, I realized, wait, Santa's behind this. And the fourth and final time, not only do I throw 7 cookies away, so that builds, but also it's the excitement of knowing I can eat all the cookies I want. Santa will always make sure he has 6 left. So it has a nice progression to it. I think it's a nice little version of the trick. Now let me tell you about just sort of how to construct this. If you want to do this soon, you probably can't construct it the way I did here, but you could get the basic idea. So these I printed professionally, I don't know, online at makeplayingcards.com. Makeplayingcards.com. These are the large size cards. They also have giant, which are bigger. These are large. I think they're 3.5 by 5.5 inches, 3.5 inches by 5.5, something like that. So basically I found a cookie image I liked. I made a document on Microsoft Word that was the size of the large playing card. Again, I think it's 3.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I'm not 100% sure, but if you go to makeplayingcards.com, it'll tell you the size of the thing. But I just made a document on Microsoft Word that was that size. I sized a cookie picture from Google that I liked on there, and then I just saved that as a PDF. And then online, if you go to, you can figure this out. Anyway, if you, once you save it as a PDF, it then needs to be a JPEG so that you can upload it onto the makeplayingcards.com website. To make it a JPEG, you just go on Google, type in convert PDF to JPEG. For those of you as JPEG or even JPG, and you'll find tons of websites that give you the option to do it. Don't download anything onto your computer. There are plenty of websites where you can do it on the website. It just has an upload button. You upload your PDF file that you saved. You hit save as a JPEG, and it will save it for you. Sometimes they'll give you the option to raise how good the picture image is, the quality is. Make sure you pick the highest quality possible. But that's it. Even these, I mean, when I got them printed, they're a little blurry, but I mean, you really can't tell. You know, so don't worry too much about it. And any audience is going to be more than 5 feet away, so they can't tell that that's slightly blurry. But really, it's not really much. Anyway, and then on the back, I did the exact same thing, except I just looked for like, I don't even remember, it's been a while, but like Christmas pattern or snowflake pattern or something like that. And then I just sized that to the 3.5 by 5.5 inches, making sure I left a little white border. That's it. So there you go. That's my, how I made the cards, but you can also make your own by simply just uploading these images or putting these images on a file and have them printed on like a gloss cardstock or a heavy-duty cardstock at your print shop, like Staples.com or Staples, your local Staples. But any kind of office supply store, you could probably print these at. So the construction, this is what you're basically going to create, which is a little folder. And let me get a few of these. Your ones that are not folders just go right in just like that. And you got a little packet of 3. Well, right here we have 4 cards. So here's how you make it. What you want to do is take one of your cards and just cut a little. These are actually, it doesn't matter. You want to cut it in that pattern. So you end up with something that looks like this. Now, if you want to go really crazy, if you have a pattern on the back, you can match it up to make sure that it's the pattern that matches up. So that snowflake matches there. You get the idea. All right. So then you just take some clear tape. You're going to put it along the edge, right like this. It doesn't have to go along the entire edge, just along the edge somewhat. You take this one, place it right next to it like a book, line it up pretty well, and then when you fold it over, you got the first part. Ooh. Then, same thing, you're going to take this one, put it along this edge. Got a little lump there. Okay. Leaving a little hangover. Then what you want to do, I don't know if you can even see that. There it is right there. You want to bend that over. So now it's bent over, and you just press that down. So now, and I dropped it. You've got a little folder. That's it. That's how you do it. One little exception is, here, I'm actually going to take this one apart, because one of them has to hold, as you saw in this routine, one of them has to hold 7 of these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're going to need a little extra room for this one. So what you're going to do is, so that tape is still on there on this card. There's the tape. There it is right there. So instead of just pressing it down flat, you're going to press that tape around all of those cards and then press this on there. So that way you're making a folder that's a little thicker. Now I'm doing this not well just because of time, but basically now your folder has a bit of a little, let me there you go, a little distance between the front flap and the back flap to hold those extra cards. So that's the idea. Okay, so now instead of them being directly side by side, they have a little space between them, and that allows them to hold all those extra cards. But with the ones that are going to hold 3 cards, you don't really need to go to that effort. Again, same thing on the bottom. I don't know if you could see it, but I'm going to push that around all of those cards there, and then we push this one up and do it nicer than what I'm doing right now because I can't really look at it, but you get the idea. So you're gonna make the folder just a little thicker. All right, so that one holds 7 cards. Let me get rid of this fake one now. All right, so we're gonna load one of these with the 3 cards. And the nice thing is with this pattern on the bag, they are hard to find, but you can do this if you print these out on just regular old cardstock. The bags can be white. It's not that big of a deal. They go by so fast, nobody can really tell. But when you do have a pattern, it really does hide that. There it is. So it really hides it well. You can pretty much throw that around. So that one is a folder. That's a folder. And that's a folder. Okay. And then one of these, like I said, is the thicker folder. I believe it's this one. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goes into this folder. 1, 2, 3 goes into one of these folders. 1, 2, 3 goes into this folder. And now that once you have this basic idea, so here's the basic idea, but you could pretty much kind of do whatever you want with it. You can throw away as many as you want. You could do as many segments as you want. This is just what I came up with. So here's the order you want if you want to do the version I just did. You have 2 plain old cards. Then you have a packet with 3 in it. Then you have the packet of 7. Then you have the packet of 3 and a packet of 3. All right? So that's your order. You can fan them out and show them. You can also pretty much display them front and back too. All right? On close inspection, you would probably see that that's a thick stack. But from a parlor or stage situation, I mean, you just can't tell. All right. So basically you show them front and back, and then you're going to, from the back folder, take out those cards. So 1, 2, and 3. Now, again, you can change this up however you want, but to do it the way that I'm currently doing, you take the back one. So this one's now empty. You take the back one, and you're gonna move every one in front of it, or behind it, sorry. So closer to you, until you get to the 2 cards here. So they go to the front. So the folder you just emptied go to the front, and then the 2 that are just normal cards go to the front of that, okay? So now we're left with 1 here again. You can count them all again, and then you take from the back folder 3 cards. So now that one goes to the front, and then the empty folder goes to the front, and the other 2 go to the front. So basically, we're moving all the empty folders to the front as we go, as well as those 2 cards. So now, if you're following that same pattern, you are left with 3 in the back. You get rid of those. Same thing, we're gonna move it to the front, meaning the packet of 7 now goes to the back, and then everything else goes to the front. So now the only thing in the back now is the packet of 7. And so you count all those, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think that's it. And then finally at the end, you can count them and drop them. You can show them pretty cleanly because nobody can really tell that those back folders are there. So there you go. That is a 6 cookie repeat, a 6 card repeat with pictures of cookies. It's a lot of fun for holiday shows. And just so you know, tune in tomorrow, episode 7. I think tomorrow, number 7, I'm going to be possibly doing, it might be number 8, I don't know. But probably tomorrow, number 7, I'll be doing a prize giveaway sort of raffle-y thing. I think I'll do that tomorrow. So join in there. There's all sorts of gifts and prizes and more ideas for your Christmas shows coming up. Christopher T. Magician here, T stands for Taco. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.